Co-wholesale for you, co-wholesale for me, co-wholesale for everybody. What's up guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to co-wholesale, or AKA JVing or joint venturing your real estate wholesaling deals with other wholesalers so you guys can collaborate with each other and honestly use collaboration and your network together to make more money, guys. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to do it step by step. So why am I so passionate about collaborating with other real estate wholesalers and really JVing on some deals and really helping each other out is because I truly believe in this real estate wholesaling business. The more you give, the more you'll get back. And honestly, from me learning how to JV and co-wholesale with struggling wholesalers who have deals under contract, but they just can't sell it, and me just getting a JV agreement together with them and actually finding a buyer for them or using a buyer I had in my network, I've easily made hundreds of thousands of dollars last year just JVing with other people. And honestly, I wanted to share this because a lot of people, they're really in a closed mindset. They're in a scarcity mindset, and they're not in the abundance where there's so many deals out there that if you JV and collaborate with other people, you guys can all share the wealth versus being, hey, I'm only going to do my market. I don't want to help anyone else. Or really, guys, if you're in your physical wholesaling market right now and you're not helping other people around you make deals, you're losing out. Because if you actually think that you personally can get every single deal in your market, you're the only wholesaler out there that can do it, you're mistaken, because there's just too many deals out there, even in your saturated market, for you to take all the market share. So guys, in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to co-wholesale and or JV your deals. So before we get into it, you need to smash that like button and subscribe, help the YouTube algorithm so more people can see this, so we can get more free content out for real estate wholesalers and bringing the power back to the wholesalers and the people. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so co-wholesaling or JVing, is there a difference between the names? Honestly, some person says tomato, tomato. There's so many terms out there. So I'm going to say them interchangeably. So joint venturing, JVing, you might hear that, or co-wholesaling. That's basically when you just partner up with another real estate wholesaler and you're partnering up the deal. Maybe you're splitting the deal. Someone gets a certain percentage of the deal and you guys partner up to help do something. And usually when you partner up, I have a part of the partnership where I actually provide value and then the other person provides another part of the value that the other person can't. So for example, let's take a deal I've done. For example, I had a guy, he actually lived on the West Coast here, and he had a property that he had under contract in my local market in Florida, and he couldn't find a buyer. He was not the best at finding the cash buyers list at the time there. It was just a disgusting house, and he just couldn't find a buyer. All the buyers were like, it's too low, I can't do it. And he reached out to me, saw me on the YouTube channel, and he said, Zach, I know you're in this market here, and I have a deal here. I have it locked up. I thought it was a good price, but I just can't get this thing sold. I mean, what do I do? And I said, hey, I actually think I have a buyer. Is it okay if we could joint venture and actually partner up on this deal? And we can probably split it and I can help you and you can help me. And he agreed. So we put up a JV agreement and we basically partnered up and said, basically, if I found a buyer for this, we would split the profits. And what we did was we did it. And at the end of the day, I made around $10,000. He made around $10,000. And the ultimate value of that is the other guy on the West Coast, he made $10,000 on a deal that he would have never sold without me. And in partner with me, I would have never made $10,000 if it wasn't for him, because that deal was on none of my marketing lists. And I'm not in a scarcity mindset or anything. I'm in an abundance mentality where that guy actually found me a deal that would have never even happened at all. It was non-existent without him. So I want to teach you guys how to actually do this. So when it comes to co-wholesaling, step by step here, there's really two ways. You can be the guy that locks up the deal and then tries to find a partner to actually sell the deal, or you can be the guy who actually has all the buyers and does the dispositions really well, and you want to partner up with a guy that locks up the deals for you. And for the average wholesaler, we do it all. We lock up the deal and then we find the cash buyer and we make the profit like that. But sometimes in JVing, you can only do one step and then you can have a partner to the other step and maybe get a little more specialized with that. So overall in the first part, if you're locking it up, usually the step-by-step way to do it is you lock up the deal, you secure it, you have a nice contract, especially on these co-wholesaling or JV deals. I want you to be as secure as possible on it, especially here in the state of Florida. You want to make sure that the transaction is as legitimate as possible so your JV partner or maybe the seller can't really back out of it, so you're as protected as possible, so your money is protected. I recommend you put an earnest money deposit of at least $100, really a down payment of $100 at minimum. It can be more, but usually $100 to $500 probably really where you really want to be. I'll protect you from anyone's trying to steal your deal. Number two is obviously you want to try to find a cash buyer yourself so you don't have to pay the JV guy, but you're in situations sometimes where you can't find a buyer, and some people just have better cash buyers list than you. And honestly, think about this. If I lock a property up for $50,000 and I try to sell it for $60,000 and I get it sold and make 10K, but what if there's a guy out there that has such a crazy cash buyers list? They have cash buyers that are willing to pay $80,000 or $85,000 for it. Think about that. Now, there's absolutely guys in my market that actually have cash buyers like this, that they almost buy almost retail, and you skip the middleman there. And sometimes it's better JV, but not all the time, but usually sometimes it is. So if you can't find a cash buyer, I recommend you go find someone, partner up with a wholesaler with a nice cash buyers list. And how do you find that? Facebook's a really good place to find it. Facebook groups, your local ones, real estate investors associations, and just talking to local wholesalers in your market, they can bring you to the big dogs or the guys with the really good cash buyers list, and that can really help you out. Another tip, you can ask your title company that is wholesaling friendly, if they have the wholesalers working for them, what are the top wholesalers out there? I want to partner up with them, and usually they'll get you connected. Once you find a cash buyer, you want to make sure that they are JVing or co-wholesaling friendly. So what you want to do is see if they ever JV'd or actually partnered up on a deal before. Just ask them. They should easily be able to answer that for you. If no, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but you want to confirm that they're still going to be good. Some wholesalers out there, I'm just going to be completely honest with you, they're trying to screw you out of a deal. They're trying to steal the deal for you. They got the scarcity mindset, so be very careful sometimes. I always like to trust people, but I really want to make sure I'm as secure as possible, because in real estate wholesaling and real estate in general, there's just some shady people, and you really want to be careful. So what I always recommend in your best interest, especially when you're dealing with a first-time partner for co-wholesaling or JVing or wholesaling real estate deal, is make sure that cash buyer finds the buyer first before you sign any paperwork. Because if this guy is just talking a big game with you, that he's got all these cash buyers, you sign the 50-50 agreement, and they're like, oh, I have no buyers. Sorry. You could screw yourself out of that deal. So make sure they find the buyer first. And the guy's like, you lock it up for $80,000 and you're trying to sell it for $90,000, and this guy says, oh, I found for $100,000. And so go there, make sure you get the cash buyer, and he's like $100,000 with your partner, and you're ready to go. So what I recommend you is just sign a joint venture, a JV agreement, a co-wholesale agreement. The reason why I don't have one right now for you is because each one is specific to your state. So maybe you go to a local wholesaler, go online and find one for your state, or maybe even contact an attorney to write up a joint venture agreement on a real estate wholesaling deal. Just make sure it agrees to whatever the terms you want on it. And then from there, you sell the deal, and then on the title company will disperse the funds. If you do 50-50, 50-50, maybe you agree that they get 20%, you get 80, whatever it is, they'll disperse it on there. So that is the process if you actually lock up the deal. So what is the process if you actually just want to be the dispositions person, or you're on the other end of that transaction? What if someone who locked up a deal goes to you and says, Zach, I can't sell this deal. Kind of like that example I said before. So obviously you want to find people that have deals. Usually newer wholesalers are the perfect people to really partner up and collaborate with, because their cash buyers list might not be as strong as yours. So that's a really good one to do. They're not the best ones out there. So what I do recommend is make sure that guy actually legitimately has the deal locked up. So if the guy says, hey, Zach, I'm ready to sell the deal, can you help me out? Make sure that you see their contract first. Not because you care about what price they got it for, but make sure that their deal is actually locked up. Because if they got a crazy one-page one, there's no earnest money, everything's shady, and the seller's name is not matching the deed, you don't want to waste your time and waste your cash buyer's time actually with a fraudulent transaction, or maybe a transaction where the deal's not even that good or the contract's not strong. So make sure you see the contract if you're on that other side of the deal, make sure everything's A-okay and legitimate. You just market it to your cash buyers list. Pretty easy to do from there, and find the cash buyer, walk them through the property, get a price commitment, you know the drill. And what you do from there is, once you get that going, what you want to do is sign a JV agreement with the actual person. Like I've said, on the other end, you do the joint venture agreement, and obviously you want to get the best deal possible, and they want to get the best deal possible. But sign the joint venture agreement when you found the cash buyer, then boom, you're ready to go. But this comes up to probably one of the most important questions out there. It's like, Zach, how do you structure your JV deals, and what are some of the structurings on a lot of these co-wholesaling or JVing deals? So there's honestly only two ways to structure these deals. The number one is by percentage. That is always the easiest one to do. You know, I'll get 60%, you get 40, you get 70, I get 30, whatever it is. You can do those percentages pretty easily. Most of the time they're 50-50, but if you have a deal, let's say for example, that I lock it up for $50,000 and I absolutely can't find a cash buyer for it, and I don't know what to do. Or let's say I have it locked up for 50 and all my cash buyers are telling me 80,000 is what I can pay. And honestly, you're gonna make 80,000. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That's impressive. But what if you tell a JV partner, Zach, say, hey, I actually got some cash buyers at $80,000 here, Mr. Partner. If you could find a cash buyer over 80,000, above that, we'll just split it. And for an example there, that means my partner or the JV guy there will try to find us cash buyers. And this has happened before where that cash buyer actually is like, okay, Zach, I actually found a guy. He's ready to go. He's got the $5,000 deposit ready. He's offering $100,000. And it's an insane amount of money, but that guy has such a strong cash buyers list that it actually works really well. So that would mean at that $50,000 spread that above the 80, you split it 50-50. So that means 10,000 goes to them and the 10,000 goes to us. So at the end of it, I won't make the 30. I'll actually ending up making 40. And then my other guy is, then the other partner is gonna make 10,000. So with an abundance mindset, I could have just done the 30,000 all by myself, but instead I decided to make 40,000, 10,000 extra, and the partner got $10,000 extra money. So think about it like that. You can do it. So you can do another structured deal like that. But remember, these examples, these are actually true to my business, but really it can be different all over the country. But overall, guys, co-wholesaling and JVing your deals with other real estate wholesalers can be the next trick in your business to make an extra 50, 60, 70, even 80, even $100,000 extra per year, or even an extra $5,000 to $10,000 per year. And I don't think anyone's really complaining making $10,000 extra per year by just learning this simple trick of just collaborating and just truly helping people. Then that's what I really do in this channel. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Let me know below, comment below if you've ever JV'd a deal or partnered up with someone. Again, I'm probably gonna get asked this a lot, but they're gonna ask, Zach, how do I actually have a contract or an assignment of contract that protects me or protects me from a greedy seller or a cash buyer? What I recommend, absolutely for free, I don't charge for anything, I'm not a guru course guy, but just go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract, and from there, you can get my free wholesaling contract you can download pretty easily. But overall, guys, that is how you co-wholesale and JV. But comment below if you've ever done one. What's your opinions on co-wholesaling or JVing? And let me know what your goals are here for JVing in 2021. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you got any value out of it, again, please smash that like button and subscribe. I truly am humble and grateful for your support here at Flip with Rick. Thank you guys so much and have a blessed day.